Good evening and welcome to 16 by 9, The Bigger Picture. With the killing of Osama bin Laden, there are renewed fears of terrorism against the United States and even Canada. In 2006, we came dangerously close. Canadian authorities infiltrated a cell of homegrown terrorists, plotting to unleash acts of catastrophic damage. They became known as the Toronto 18, and no one in the group has spoken publicly until now. In an exclusive 16 by 9 jailhouse interview, I sat down with Shareef Abdelhaleem. It is an intimate conversation with a terrorist. He was furious.
This is madness.
He was frenzied.
These kids, these youths, these Muslims do not enjoy killing. This isn't about murder.
He was fuming.
It's stupidity to think that I just woke up one morning, I think I want to go kill 5 or 6 people today. You think that's what went on?
This is how Shareef Abdelhaleem wanted to draw attention to his cause. With a huge explosion in downtown Toronto, the plan was to set off a 1-ton ammonium nitrate bomb at 3 targets: the Toronto offices of Canada's spy agency CSIS, the Toronto Stock Exchange, and a military base in eastern Ontario. This video was shot by RCMP simulating what the explosion might have looked like. And this is the man they called one of the principal architects. When we first sat down with Shareef Abdelhaleem at the Maplehurst Correctional Complex in Milton, Ontario, he had just been sentenced to life behind bars.
Has it hit you yet that you were sentenced to life in prison?
Well, I don't think it's quite hit me yet. When the sentence was being passed, I kind of got a little disoriented. But as its full consequences, I don't think it's hit me quite yet.
Abdelhaleem's family immigrated to Canada from Egypt when he was 13 years old.
Were you a religious family?
Yes.
How religious?
The 5 tenets of Islam were obeyed, let's put it that way. Prayers have to be done.
Abdelhaleem grew up in Mississauga and started his own computer programming company after university, earning as much as $350,000 a year. He was living the Canadian dream.
What did you do with your money?
Oh, what didn't I do with my money would be a shorter list to answer. But no, I just spent it on clothes, traveling. To tell you the truth, to this day, I don't know what I spent it on.
You led the life of a king. You were making a lot of money. You were embracing all that the West has to offer. You even drove a baby blue BMW.
Convertible, might I add.
Oh, a convertible, okay. How did you get here? What happened?
Sometimes you take the wrong turn in life.
And that wrong turn came when he met Zakaria Amara at a local mosque, the so-called ringleader of the Toronto 18 bomb plot, and sold Abdelhaleem on his radical views.
The way that Amara, for example, was thinking about it, and the way I ended up thinking about it, well, maybe this will wake up a certain Western government and see what is it that could upset someone so much that they would detonate a building.
Amara built and tested a remote-controlled detonator and ordered 3 tons of ammonium nitrate for truck bombs.
I sympathized with his points of view. The injustices that are happening to the East and to the Muslims, and these are not perceived injustices, they're real.
Were you prepared to kill Canadians?
No. The point here is not to hurt. The point is never to hurt. The point is to actually keep casualties at a minimum, if not 0. If by some chance someone could get hurt, right? It is a possibility, but not a likelihood. What it is it's a wake-up call to Western governments.
That wake-up call was meant to be heard as far away as Ottawa. The enraged group plotted to storm Parliament, holding MPs hostage, then beheading them one by one unless Canadian troops were pulled out of Afghanistan. He claims it was never a real plan.
Come on, practically speaking, this is impossible to execute. They'd be dead within 3 or 4 minutes. The Crown and the media make it look like there's a secret dark room, The people are sitting there with maps and schematics of Parliament, and we're going to attack from here. It was in a van. They were driving to get some snacks, and one of them had a marijuana joint. So people speak, people talk.
Fortunately, the terrorist plot was foiled. In June of 2006, police ended the plot with this dramatic takedown. It was a sting involving the delivery of what the would-be terrorists thought was bomb-making materials. And across the city, simultaneous arrests.
I did what I did because I was sucked into it, and I did have a sympathy for that cause. If it wasn't for that sympathy, I would have gone to the police.
Abdelhaleem was found guilty of participating in a terrorist group and intending to cause an explosion. He was given the maximum sentence. The judge in the case said he showed no remorse. He is now appealing his conviction.
I wasn't denying my role. I just wanted to be given the benefit of law, that's all.
And Abdelhaleem believes Canada's foreign policy is just an extension of the United States.
Canada stopped being a neutral country with the ushering of our current government. It is no longer neutral. It does back up the state of Israel, which enslaves many Palestinians.
What is it that you want to tell people watching this show right now? Your average Canadian who looks at you as an unremorseful terrorist. What do you want to say to them?
I disagree with the labeling unremorseful. As I said, I am remorsed, and that I want them to know that in no way were we wanted to hurt people for any reason at all. You know, the main purpose here is not to kill people, but to actually improve upon the condition of mankind as a whole.
Coming up on 16 by 9.
We had one guy who was at the camp who was a really good woodcutter, and the joke was that, hey, do you see the way that guy cut wood? I mean, he'd make a great beheader.
That's all coming up